Hello. Welcome back to Invest with Intention YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome. I am on a mission to turn 13,000 into 50,000 by investing into ETFs, index funds, and high conviction stocks. Today, we are breaking down SCHG versus FXAIX, as you can see up here. Okay, my top two holdings in my entire portfolio. And the big question is, which one is the better buy? I will answer that at the end. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. We will also compare their returns later in the video. Before we begin, do me a quick favor. Hit the subscribe button. It means a lot and it gives the channel the support it needs to grow. And remember, this is not a financial advice. I am just sharing my experience and how I invest my own money. Now, let's dive into the video. Okay, so let's start with a quick definition so everyone is on the same page. So SCHG over here is the Schwab Large Cap Growth ETF. It tracks the Dow Jones US Large Cap Growth Index and focuses on fast growing companies, typically tech heavy, innovation focused businesses pushing the market forward. Okay, while FXAIX, okay, is the Fidelity 500 Index Fund, which tracks the S&P 500. This means it gives you exposure to the 500 largest US companies across multiple sectors: tech, healthcare, financials, industrials, energy, you name it. It's one of the most diversified and widely held index funds in the world. Both are amazing investments, but they focus on different strategies. Let's talk about SCHG. So let's come back down here and dive into SCHG. I currently have 90 shares of SCHG, as you can see here, okay, with an average cost price of $29.31. Okay, and the current price is at $32.26, which means I am up about 10%. Okay, with this position. SCHG makes up 17.22% of my entire portfolio. I started my SCHG position here on January 14, 2025 with just 5.5 shares. That's literally all I could afford at the time. And I want you watching this to understand, you do not need to buy a full share. Buy what you can. Build slowly. Dollar cost average. That's how true wealth is built. Since then, I have consistently added to it, and that's how I am at 90 shares. And as you can see, I have bought at different times: January, February, right? If March, April, all the way, right? 1 share, 0.9 shares, 9 share, about 2 shares here, right? I'm sure I bought at some point like 3 shares, as you can see. I bought 3 shares, 1 share, right? It doesn't matter, just dollar cost average into the position. My personal goal is to hit 100 shares by December 15, and I'll make an update video once I hit that milestone. Now let's talk about FXAIX. Okay, my largest holding. I currently own 14.7 shares with an average price of $205. As you can see here, the current price is $234, as you can see here, which means I am up 14.19%. FXAIX makes up about 20.43% of my entire portfolio, the highest weight of any fund or stock I own. And it's also my oldest position. Okay, so we will look at when I started this. It's one of my oldest position. I started buying it on October 5th, 2022. This is the one ETF I have never stopped buying. Anytime I didn't know what to buy, I just bought more FXAIX. Okay. So let's compare what's actually inside these funds. So let's go to SCHG over here. So their top holdings are Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, Meta, Broadcom. This ETFs is very growth focused. Think high innovation, strong earnings growth, and market leaders in tech. Okay, and let's go to FXAIX. Okay, top holdings: Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, Amazon, Meta, Berkshire Hathaway. Okay, JP Morgan, Chase. FXAIX covers the entire S&P 500, so you get broad exposure beyond tech, including financials, healthcare, industrials, and energy. Okay, so the expense ratio for SCHG is 0.04%. So meaning you're paying about $4 per 10,000 invested. And for FXAIX, the expense ratio is 0.015%. Basically, it's basically free, right? So this one you are paying about $15 per about, I think that's $15. Yeah, around there for every 10,000 invested. Both incredibly cheap. So the dividend yields for both SCHG stands at 0.4 to 0.6 percent, while FXAIX stands at between 1.3 to 1.5%. FXAIX has the higher yield since it's more diversified and holds more mature companies. Okay, now let's look at the returns, and for this we are using Portfolio Lab. So let's go over here so you can see how we compare them, how they compare over time. So year to date, as you can see, SCHG has returned 16.09% compared to basically the same for FXAIX, 16.08. So they are very identical, identical. Okay, the 1 year return SCHG stands at 17.62% compared to to FXAIX 14, or let's just say 15%. SCHG wins here. 3-year return SCHG stands at 29.83% and FXAIX stands at 20.19% return, average return in the last 3 years. SCHG wins again and by a lot. Okay, 5-year return, average return SCHG is 16.93%, as you can see, compared to 15.18% for FXAIX. SCHG still wins. Okay, now let's look at the 10-year average return. Okay, SCHG is at 16.96% and FXAIX is 14.82%. SCHG wins here as well. So based purely on historical performance, SCHG has outperformed FXAIX across 1, 3, 5, and 10-year periods. Okay, so which one is the better buy? Let's go back to my portfolio. Here's the honest answer. There is no wrong choice. Both SCHG over here, okay, and FXAIX are excellent long-term investment. That's exactly why I own both. But if I were forced to choose only one, I would personally pick SCHG, only because it has outperformed FXAIX over the last decade. But again, owning both gives you the best of both worlds: growth and broad diversification. Okay, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video. It really helps the channel grow. Drop a comment below telling me which one you prefer, SCHG or FXAIX. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.